Stevie Nicol, as far as surprises go, this isn't really much of a surprise. Your thoughts on Rafa Benitez leaving Everton?
Well, the way they're playing right now and the position they find themselves in, it's not a surprise. But I guess right from the get-go, it was an accident waiting to happen. You basically had half of your fan base not wanting somebody in the job, regardless of the CV. Listen, the CV that Rafa has, absolutely qualified for this job. Problem is, he's a former Liverpool manager, one, and two, the derogatory things that he actually said about Everton when he was at Liverpool. So it almost felt like an accident waiting to happen, and eventually it has. Now, I didn't think it would be this quick. I didn't think it would only last, just over 6 months. But the fact is, they're 6 points off relegation. They've crashed from the top 6 to the bottom 6 pretty quickly. And they don't look as though they're going anywhere other than down. So, in the end, not a surprise, but certainly I thought he'd last longer than this.
Just one league win since September. Why do you think it went wrong for him?
You got to say that injuries have played a big part in it, particularly Calvert-Lewin. You know, your real goal scorer, your talisman, pretty much has missed the big part. Well, pretty much all of this season, and so that's going to be a blow. You get Richarlison, who's been injured or suspended with his temperament, and just a never changing team because of pretty much injuries as well and loss of form. So he, other than the first 7 games, good start, 4 wins in 7. After that, just chaos. And of course, all the rumblings upstairs, the director of football leaving, all of a sudden Rafa's in charge of everything. My goodness, how quickly you go from a place of relative safety, I'm sure Rafa thought 3 or 4 weeks ago, to, well, unemployment.
Yeah, there's a lot of changes being made behind the scenes. How concerned should Everton fans be that the man who appointed Rafa Benitez will be the man who will appoint the replacement for Rafa Benitez, Farhad Moshiri?
I think they should be. You know, since David Moyes left, I think they've had 6 managers in about, 8.5 years?
6 since Roberto Martinez left in 2016. Well, they're searching for their 6th.
Well, I mean, that's... Well, number one, you're never going to get any sort of stability. But I guess my biggest question would be not the fact that they've appointed so many managers. They've spent a lot of money on players. Yeah. And that would be my big concern as an Everton fan, that they've gone and spent so much money, but yet find themselves with pretty much not a lot. They certainly don't have any quality on the field. They've certainly not been getting results. They're going the wrong way. They're not going up. They're not spending money and getting themselves up the table. They're spending money and dropping down the table. That would be the biggest worry for me. Listen, in this day and age, managers don't last particularly long anywhere. So that shouldn't be a shock. But the money they've spent for the quality they have is absolutely not where it should be.
Let's take a look at 2 or 3 of the potential replacements. The Everton statement said that once a potential or permanent replacement has been identified, it will be in due course and they would let us know. Roberto Martinez, one of them. He was there 2013 to 2016, got a new 5-year deal after they finished 5th and was sacked a couple of years later. Would he give up World Cup with Belgium in November to go back to Everton, do you think?
I don't think so. And I say that because of the squad of players that Everton have now. There's going to have to be an overhaul. The truth is that they've got too many players who, I don't want to sound harsh, but they've got too many players that seem to be cast-offs. And they seem to have spent a lot of money on these cast-offs. And they're relying on these cast-offs. So if I'm a Roberto Martinez and I've got a choice of taking the national team to a World Cup or taking over a team that is going to need motivated, is going to need kicked up the backside pretty regularly. And there's a possibility, it's a small possibility, that you may actually get relegated. So if I'm a Roberto Martinez, I'm staying well clear of that.
Okay, the favourite is Wayne Rooney. Two-part question. One, is he ready for it? And two, how big a gamble is it?
No and no. Come on. I don't wish to be flippant, but no. Come on. Please. I can't give you one reason why Wayne Rooney should get the job. You know, he doesn't have experience at that level. He's with a side that ever since he's gone there have been fighting relegation. They're still fighting relegation. I mean, there's no reason to take Wayne Rooney and put him in this situation. He does not have the experience for what's needed here at all.
Okay. Is it a safe move just to give Duncan Ferguson the caretaker job until the end of the season? He's had it before and he did okay. Is that a sensible move right now for Everton, do you think?
Well, I would suggest, yeah, because I think the only thing you know that any time that Duncan Ferguson has been in charge as a caretaker, you cannot say that his Everton sides haven't gone out and given everything. And right now, that's a step up from what's happening on the field for Everton. So I think absolutely 100% it's the sensible move to make. I think you can do that whilst looking for a permanent replacement.
And a couple of the other names that are among the favourites with the bookies, not the favourite like Wayne Rooney is, Frank Lampard, who's out of work, and Graham Potter, who seems to go under the radar. Good coach, done really well at Brighton. Would you consider Graham Potter for the Everton job, or would you think Frank Lampard might be someone they should be considering as well?
I think if they got Graham Potter, then that would be, I guess you would call it a coup. Graham Potter, 100%, is a fantastic coach. The way Brighton play, if Graham Potter had more money to spend, then I think you would see Brighton doing way better. So listen, I think the smart move is Graham Potter. Again, if I'm Graham Potter, am I moving from Brighton in a stable position to a team that is just struggling along? I don't know, and I don't think there's any way Brighton's going to let him go. I think Frank Lampard's probably a good move. He's got good experience. He certainly again will ruffle some feathers, and I think Frank coming in as well would be a lift for supporters. I think Everton fans would be happy to see Frank Lampard coming in. So, of all the names you've thrown at me, I think Frank Lampard would be a good move. But I would say that Potter would be the better move.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.